Gentle beats.
How you think you Aboriginal when you look just like an African? Call them out for a debate. Pick the video and then I laugh at them. Many niggas ain't even know shit. I can try to get this nigga to share my screen, he wouldn't even show this shit. And they keep trying to play the straw man like I ain't noticed. But he out here blind as hell, he talking about his eyes open. He think he really doing something, whole time I ain't even going. I told him come on and show that screen, the apple you pump fake. Call him Chinky, he don't even pop out, cheap holiday ends. Act like he started something, but he can't even defend. Now the apple's looking at you like shit, what you on? I ain't gon' let cost money like he take the decoy phones. He say fuck the apple doctrine, that don't mean stand up. He say fuck that look of shit, my nigga, he said that. Hey, you better quit lying on granny nigga shit, tell you this shit. How you got open smoke panel when you known for ducking phase? How you think you Aboriginal when you look just like an African? Call them out for a debate. Pick the video and then I laugh at them. Many niggas ain't even know shit. I can try to get this nigga to share my screen, he wouldn't even show this shit. And they keep trying to play the straw man like I ain't noticed. But he out here blind as hell, he talking about his eyes open. He think he really doing something, whole time I ain't even going. I told him come on and show that screen, the apple you pump fake. I told him come on and show that screen, the apple you pump fake. How you got open smoke panel when you known for ducking phase?
If you're an options trader, day trader, or stock trader, and you're losing money in the market right now,
Culture Freedom. Culture Freedom. I just met these ladies out in the park randomly. How many of y'all ever heard y'all had Indian in your family?
Absolutely.
Everybody heard that before, right? Who? Where did you hear it from? Who was the person I told you?
Our grandmother.
Once again, thank you very much, lady. I appreciate it.
All right.
Grandma said I'm not an African. Grandma said I'm an Indian. Grandma said I'm not an African. Grandma said I'm an Indian. Grandma said I'm not an African. Grandma said I'm an Indian. Grandma said I'm not an African. Grandma said I'm an Indian. Hey yo, these apples think they it, but they not. Every time I look around, they be on TikTok. Every time I look around, they saying something pseudo, knowing it's a lie, acting like it's really true though. Harriet Tubman's real, Nat Turner is a hero. I'ma keep it a buck. Dane Calloway's a weirdo. I'ma keep it a buck. Carimio is too. The research lie, he could never tell the truth. That coward A1, he's a miss no more. Just give me a shot, I can miss no more. Just give me the rock, it's a must. I score. These apples need to see a doctor, it's for sure. Hey, Grandma said I'm not an African. Grandma said I'm an Indian. Grandma said I'm not an African. Grandma said I'm an Indian. Grandma said I'm not an African. Grandma said I'm an Indian. Grandma said I'm not an African. Grandma said I'm an Indian. Grandma said I'm not an African. Grandma said I'm an Indian. Grandma said I'm not an African. Grandma said I'm an Indian. Hey yo, these apples think they real, but they fake. Always on YouTube, we can never get a break. All they do is cherry pick, die at their own sources. Pick the copper color, but not the hair of the horses. And DNA is not real, it's only for entertainment purposes. Can't believe how many times I heard this shit. Can't believe how many times I heard the same shit. Asking for the slave ships. Grandma said I'm not an African. Grandma said I'm an Indian. Grandma said I'm not an African. Grandma said I'm an Indian. Grandma said I'm not an African. Grandma said I'm an Indian. Grandma said I'm not an African. Grandma said I'm an Indian. Grandma said, how many times Grandma said we got Indian in us? It's a legend. It's a family legend. Grandma said we had Indian in us. Grandma ain't say we was Indian though. Stop taking Grandma out of context, man. Stop lying on Granny, man. Cause Grandma ain't say shit, man. You said it, man. You said it, man. Stop lying on Grandma. Grandma said
All right. My bad. We here. Oh, why I do that? All right, my bad, y'all. Thanks for being with me. Now you can see it looks way different. Approximately one slave ship in 10 experienced some form of African resistance, and the rate was much higher for vessels embarking captives in Senegambia, which had the highest incident of shipboard rebellions of any African region. In the United States, the myth of the contented slave was essential to the preservation of the South's peculiar institution, and the historical record of rebellion was frequently clouded by exaggeration, censorship, and distortion. Estimates of the total number of slave revolts vary according to the definition of an insurrection. For the 2 centuries preceding the American Civil War, one historian found documentary evidence of more than 250 uprisings or attempted uprisings involving 10 or more slaves whose aim was personal freedom. So we got this manuscript number 7. This is from firstblack.org, the timeline. All right, date 1503, March 29th, Zaragoza, Spain. Right, theme: enslaved blacks began to resist slavery, particularly since they arrived in uh, Hispaniola by running away. So here's a quote from here. It says, "As to the enslaved blacks that you say should not be sent there, because that where there have escaped. In this we will order that it is done as you say." Those are 1503. He's like, yo, y'all keep sending these black slaves here. All they doing is running away. This is in 1503. So he's like, don't even send them that. This is from the same site, manuscript.org. What happened here? Let me fix this. There we go. All right. 1528, April 6th, Madrid, La Española. Theme: while enslaved blacks away from the mines and farms of Hispaniola generated great concern to the Spanish crown. In the colony, an incriminous dispute erupted between the colonial governor Diego Colon and the oidores of the audience of Santo Domingo about the need for a constable to prosecute the blacks. Right? They're trying to decide, yo, what are we going to do with the ones that keep running away? It has been reported to me that in that island and in the others, there are some blacks that are runaways and of wicked life and wilds, that are not the best domestic, nor do they work as they are obliged. And they induce and call the other blacks that are peaceful and working to leave and rebel. So they're inciting others to join them in. Peace, 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 everybody to the chat. Peace, everybody in the chat. Like the video, share the video, please. And so it says the blacks that are peaceful and working to leave and rebel and do other crimes and ills, from which it results that the said blacks that are in the mines and other farms and businesses rebel and commit other crimes. It's in 1528. Right? There was never a time when we was just chilling like they try to make it seem. That never happened. Right? Yeah, that never happened. Right? This is 1500s. We've been causing problems for them. That's why we end up freeing ourselves. This is 1545, manuscript number 34. Right? And as you can see, these are all primary sources. This is a history that a lot of people try to deny, but how can they deny when we got the sources? These other groups, they don't have any sources. They just got whatever they got, made up stories amongst themselves. So this is April 24th, 1545. It says in a letter, instructions from Prince Philip of Spain to a crown's envoy auditor and sent to Santo Domingo, the prince approved the selling of the city of 18 black slaves owned by the crown and the sending of a military squad to fight two groups of Maroons, Roman and Hispaniola. Both occurred the year before. Recommended the issuing of ordinances regulating the treatment of slaves by masters and okayed a local discussion about freeing or deporting Ladino or Creole enslaved blacks due to their fixation with obtaining liberty and their inclination to incite non-Ladino slaves to rebel for it. 1545. There was never a time when we were just like, all right, we're just going to accept this situation that we're in. From the very jump, we fought. From the very beginning. This is 1545 also. The communication from Spain, this is manuscript number 35, firstblacks.org. Communication from Spain, Prince Philip's to Alonso Carrera, expressing concerns about uprising of maroon blacks. The attacks they have conducted against the village and rural areas of the center and north of the island, the fear this has generated among the Spanish settlers of those areas, and the need to exert great punishment and constraint on them so they remain obedient to their masters. In his message, the prince also referred to some communities of Indians reportedly still being enslaved in the island. A report has been presented to me that that in that island there are many rebel blacks. That in that island there are many rebel blacks in so much quantity that the citizens of La Vega or Puerto de Plata or Santiago do not dare to go out of their houses to visit their farms unless in squads. There's so many runaway blacks that these people are scared to leave their houses unless they got a group of them with them. We wasn't playing. There's not a point in time when we was playing around with these people. There was not a point in time. Share the video, y'all. Where did I leave off? Oh, okay. Their houses to visit their farms and lesson squad that the miners get together to sleep in shifts of 8 with their spears in their hands for fear of the said blacks, and that in the Samana they have killed Indians of Pavera and taken away a lot of his people. Many of the said blacks they have killed and kill Christians every day. He was tearing them up. So, like we seen before, like I mentioned earlier, right? For them to keep this concept of slavery, one of the things they had to do was promote that we wasn't doing that. Right? So a lot of the rebellions you'll see or revolts, insurrections, you'll see that they'll put false stories out like certain things didn't happen. Like we didn't kill as many, or the things that we did, they didn't really put out there, spread the news in fear of having the white scared or inciting us to do the same thing in other areas. So this is John Barbeau in 1682. He was a historian and he worked in the slave trade for the Senegal Company. So this is what I believe he's describing Pan-Africanism here, right? Employed by the Senegal Company, which developed the triangular trade, and in particular the slave trade, he wrote 2 accounts of expeditions on the African coast. A first account in 1678 to 1679, which is preserved, and a second account corresponding to the years 1681 to 1682. So this is a quote from 1682. One thing is to be taken notice by seafaring men that these Fida, they're from Wida, and the Araja, they're from Benin, slaves are all the others the most apt to revolt aboard ships by conspiracy carried on amongst themselves, especially such are brought down to Fida from very remote inland countries, who essentially draw others into their plot. For being used to see men's flesh eaten in their own country and public markets held for that purpose, they are very full of the notion that we buy and transport them to, to the same purpose, and will therefore watch all opportunities to deliver themselves by assaulting a ship's crew and murdering them all, if possible. Whereof we have almost every year some instance in one European ship or other that is filled with slaves. They said, listen, we was afraid that the white people was going to eat us. So we was turning up on it. We didn't need too much motivation, right? So this is 1712, New York slave revolt. You know, I'm from New York, so I like this. Right, on April 7, 1712, a coalition of enslaved black people in New York City set fire to a building in the city center and launched a revolt. Armed with hatchet, knives, and guns, they attacked white people who came to fight the fire, killing 9 and injuring 7. 1712. So you see, we're going down the timeline. We started 1500s. We're touching every century. The letter from the governor Robert Hunter, 1712, to the Lords of Trade in London. He says, I must now give your lordship an account of a bloody conspiracy of some of the slaves of this place to destroy as many of the inhabitants as they could. It was put into execution in the manner when they had resolved to revenge themselves for some hard uses they apprehended to have received from their masters. For I can find no other cause. So he's saying, we don't know why they really revolted, but I believe it's because of the treatment. Because by this time, the noise of the fire spreading through the town, the people began to flock to it. Upon the approach of several, the slaves fired and killed them. The noise of the gun gave the alarm, and some escaping, their shots soon published that the cause of the fire, which was the reason that not above 9 Christians were killed and about 5 or 6 wounded. You can catch this at documents relative to colonial history of the state of New York. So what they did was they started a fire and waited for everybody to come help and try to put out the fire. And when these people came, they started shooting at them. So this is a testimony from 1730. Right? They always talking about what's up with the ships, the ships, the ships. We got the ships. We even got letters about what happened on these ships. Right? This is the testimony of Captain George Scott, who lived to tell the tale of the enslaved Africans on his ship, the Little George. In 1730, they slipped out their irons and fought back, locking Scott and his crew in the cabin while they sailed back to Africa, abandoned the ship, and escaped. Right? They took over the ship and went back home. In June 1730, Scott sailed from the Guinea coast with a cargo of 96 captured Africans. Many days into the voyage, several African men slipped out their irons and attacked the crew. Using weapons seized on the ship, the Africans killed 3 of the watchmen who were on deck. Scott and his crew tried to fight back, but were subdued and forced into the cabin, where they were imprisoned. For several days, the Africans controlled the ship and were able to sail it back to Sierra Leone River, an estuary off the Atlantic Ocean on the west coast. On the West African coast, the Africans made the shore, abandoning the ship and leaving the crew, still barricaded in the captain alive, having survived for 9 days, eating only raw rice. They left them in it. They made it back home, and they left them in the ship, locked them in the ship, to starve to death. Right? So we see a history of this. We was never just some docile slaves. We was people who was enslaved, and we fought our way out of it. The Pennsylvania Gazette, December 3rd, 1730. It's page 2. It is wrote from Jamaica, July 5th, that 100 white men being sent out against some runaway blacks were all destroyed by those Negroes. All of them. They sent out a crew of white people, and what happened? None of them came back. He wasn't playing about our freedom. I don't know why these abos, all these other groups, they think it's like some type of game. Like we was just nah. We wasn't having it. That's why we talk about our history because we're proud of it. We're proud of it. You heard, if you seen the video earlier from Home Team History, they talk about the Haitian Revolution, right? We took over a whole island. Nobody's never done it. Never. In 1752, the English ship Marlborough left England for Bonny, Nigeria, and the Gold Coast of West Africa. 420 African captives were purchased, and the ship set out to sail to the Americas. Captain Robert Codd decided to use 28 of the slaves to help sail the ship. On October 4th, the ship was taken over by the captain. The African men and women fought and killed 33 of the 35 crewmen, keeping 2 alive to sail the ship back to West Africa. The ship's boys, Cooper, sailmaker, and the boat Swan were spared. The ship sailed to the Bonny first, and the Africans from that region went ashore. The remaining men and women set off for the Gold Coast, and upon reaching there, the ship and the remaining crew members were never seen again. This picture is a lithograph of the insurrection on board a slave ship by Carl Wadstrom, 1787. So it's to believe all 420 made it back, unless the ones that might have died in the fight or on the boat. But they made it home. Because, like I said, we freed ourselves. Long Island Negroes killed owners in the 1700s. You know, I gotta throw my area in there. Peace to the chat. Peace to everybody in the chat. Chris, Sean P. I see y'all. Pure Black TV. 608 Vibes. Brazilian Monk. Peace, peace. Sharonda, peace. Peace. Everybody in the chat. Keenan Wright. Peace. The Entourage Effect. Peace. Everybody in the chat. Yo, share the video for me, y'all. Going over a little Black history. We was never no punks. Right? We freed ourselves. So this article is from the Brooklyn Daily Eagle, November 17th, 1878, page 1. But they're going over some history, right? They say, we now proceed to give a few historical specimens of the treatment meted out by our ancestors to the Long Island Negro. In 1707, the house of William Hallett, Esquire of Newtown, was burned, and himself, his wife, and 5 children were murdered by an Indian man and Negro woman, their own slaves, who alleged ill treatment as their excuse, they being restrained from going abroad on the Sabbath day. So he wasn't letting them go out on the Sabbath like they supposed to, so they turn around and kill them. They were publicly burned at Jamaica and that's Jamaica, Queens, and put to sit the torment possible for a terror to others of ever attempting to like the wickedness, whatever that means. In 1772, Nathaniel Brewster of Brookhaven was whipping his slave, a native of Guinea, for some act of disobedience when he suddenly turned upon his master and struck him dead. He was tried, and the very next day by 3 judges of the peace, a justice of the peace, and 5 freeholders, as the law directs, and was sentenced to be hanged. So some of the judges proposed he should be burned and at least gibbeted. Now that's an old. They should think that's some old medieval tactics. Gibbeted. Like I said, man, we freed ourselves. There was never a time when we didn't fight. Like I keep saying, we went all through from starting in the 1500s to now we up in 1833. So I seen this little clip, and I wanted to throw a little clip in there.
Edward Covey.
Hold on. I gotta pause.
Edward Covey was a farmer back on Maryland's eastern shore who traded on his reputation as a slave breaker. Edward Covey was a farmer.
He was truly sadistic. He whipped Douglas mercilessly at least once a week for the first 6 months for no reason at all.
Douglas knew that by physically assaulting a white man, his life was in danger. But he's made this decision that it matters not. And he isn't punished in part because Douglas standing up to Covey ruins, or at least jeopardizes, Covey's reputation.
Covey never laid a hand on Douglas again.
I was a changed being after that fight. I was nothing before. I was a man now.
Oh damn! I thought I muted my shit. He said I was nothing before. I'm a man now, so I guess there wasn't it didn't double up. All right,
Edward Covey.
That was 1833. Said this is 1842. Right, like I said, there was never a time where we just laid down, didn't fight. We fought the whole time. So I gotta throw the Indians in there, right? Says Cherokees feared the aspect of a slave revolt, and that is just what happened in 1842 at Weaver's Fall. On the morning of November 15th, more than 25 slaves, mostly from the Joseph Van plantation, revolted. They locked their masters and overseers in their homes and cabins while they slept. The slaves stole guns, horses, mules, ammunition, food, and supplies. At daybreak, the group, which included men, women, and children, headed towards Mexico, where slavery was illegal. In the Creek Nation, the Cherokee slaves were joined by Creek slaves, bringing the group total to more than 35. The fugitives fought off and killed a couple of slave hunters in Choctaw Nation. The Cherokee Nation sent the Cherokee militia under Captain John Drew with 87 men to catch the runaways. The expedition was authorized by the Cherokee National Council in Tahlequah on November 17th, 1842. The militia caught up with the slaves 7 miles north of the Red River on November 28th, 1842. The tired, famished fugitives offered no resistance. Like I said, we still fought. It wasn't a time that we did not fight. Right, so now what are we up to? July 17th, 1862. There's a Militia Act of 1862. Passed alongside the Second Confiscation Act on July 17th, 1862. The Militia Act of 1862 amended the Militia Act of 1795, making it legal for African American men to enlist in the United States Army. Now, people are like, oh, it didn't say African American. Well, it actually said African descent. Same thing. Says for the purpose of constructing entrenchments or performing camp service or any other labor or any military or naval service for which they can be found competent. The law also offered emancipation to any slaves willing and able to serve as well as their families, with the stipulation that their owner be disloyal to the Union. Right? So we heard the bullshit at the end. So it had they basically had to be in a rebel state. We know that there were states that still had slavery going on. That wasn't a rebellion against the Union. But it's the 1862 Militia Act. You go look it up. You see where it says African descent. So it's always important when we're going over history to put yourself in history. I like to do that all the time. Find where my family fits in this history. Right? So we have my fourth great grandfather, William Nelson, his U.S. Civil War pension index card, filed September 30th, 1890. He fought in the 39th U.S. Colored Infantry, a regiment that served in the Union Army during the American Civil War. And lastly, the 56th U.S. Colored Infantry that served in the Union Army. And yes, he was enslaved. I have documents that where he filled out, and the question on there was, who was your last owner? And he mentions who his last owner was. A man named Henry Stokes. So this is another one of my fourth great grandfathers. This is his U.S. Civil War draft and service record. Here is his draft. He was drafted. He's from New York. He was drafted in New York. See him, William Brown hair. He's a colored. And here we see his service record for United States Colored Troops. Right, he was in the 27th Regiment of the U.S. Colored Infantry. Yeah, and we freed ourselves, man. That's it. I just wanted to do a little quick presentation, nothing long. Just to honor the people that came before us, right? And help us enjoy this freedom that we have. Peace, peace, peace. Everybody can hear me? What's going on, y'all? What's good? What's good? Peace to everybody in the building. You know, we back doing what we usually do. You know, we got to expose the abos. That's our job. Somebody got to do it. Word. So first, let's talk about Topcatz. Right, all these guys, they seem to they gotta lie to kick it. They gotta make shit up just so they can fit into this paradigm that they created. So let's get into it.
Oh, man, hold up right quick. Hey, what's up, not a coincidence? What's up with it, homie? Why you got my motherfucking name in your mouth, nigga? What's up, homie? What's up?
Yo, Thurman Meredith. Would you happen to be related to the famous James Meredith?
You know why, bro? Because you stay.
I don't even know you.
About
nigga.
something. Like,
I know why.
No, I
don't
listen.
Look, Topcatz asked for this. He came to me. Yo, not a coincidence. Don't call me out. You know, I keep guns and I keep bullets in the chamber for all of them.
Listen,
you tag me on IG,
this is
nigga.
This is why I didn't want to talk to
you, nigga. I'm trying to figure out who the fuck is you, nigga, why you got my name in your mouth like you know me or something, nigga.
See, look, you know, let me ask you the question now. I'm about to tell you why. Because you be fronting all this non-African shit, but you got videos talking about Sankofa tribe.
We gonna call it Sankofa tribe, man.
Sankofa is a West African word.
Sankofa is a West African word.
So this is only 2 years ago.
Why he swagger jacking the West African? Why he using the shit from our ancestors if he ain't got nothing to do with being black or African, right? Shout out to everybody on Twitter. Yo, if you want to know, if you're on Twitter and you watching this, you can go on my profile page, hit the link, and it'll bring you right to YouTube. All right? And you'll see this video pops up right there live. Come join us over here on YouTube. Same thing on Instagram. If you're on Instagram watching, pull up. Come join the YouTube family.
So where did you get this great revelation that you're not African? Because 2 years ago you was talking that African shit.
Okay, all right, let's talk about it. Hey, 2 years ago I was talking African shit. So Sankofa boxing was a boxing show.
That's why they don't like me. So why you had to use Sankofa? You know I use the Sankofa bird. This how old this video is. I don't even got the Sankofa bird logo. This how old this is.
That I was doing a motherfucking boxing series. In that series, which is still up, you know what I'm saying? You can go still see that series. All of the stories is about motherfucking Indian information. All of the boxers was motherfucking Indian people. All of my shit's still up, nigga.
He lying. He wasn't talking about no Indians. It was all black Americans.
You don't say Indian one time, though. Bro, you don't say Indian one time. You don't say Indian one time. You say Sankofa tribe. I know.
Okay, so let's deal with Sankofa. What is Sankofa, brother? It's in my ass, nigga. What's Sankofa? You on mute.
It's a Twi word for basically don't be afraid to go get your past. It comes from Ghana, man.
It comes from Ghana. You sure about that?
I'm positive
okay,
about
you said it's a Twi word. Who came with the top? Who brought them the Twi language?
Those people. Ain't nobody bring them that language. Who brought it then? Who brought it then? But that's still listen. Those.
Hey, hold on. Let me moderate this.
All right, now check it out. Check it out. What they say Sankofa for me.
You are of African descent, brother.
All right, brother. Just hold on. Calm down, brother. Calm down. We'll get to this. What does okay? So what do they say is Sankofa for me? You don't know where the word come from. You talking about Twi?
I just told you. It comes
okay, you don't know who brought the Twi. Okay, now let's go here. What does they say that it means?
I just told you. It means it's not taboo to go back and.
Look, this is a tactic that a lot of them try to use. They'll say you didn't answer something when knowing damn well you did answer it. Knowing damn well you did answer it, but they'll act like you didn't answer it. Yep, Chris, that's what they do. They move the goalpost. But you heard me answer the question. Chief Holiday does this a lot also. They say you didn't answer it. Meanwhile, you did.
I just told you.
Okay, you don't know who brought the Twi. Okay, now let's go here. What does they say that it means?
I just told you. It means it's not taboo to go back and fetch something from the past. Like to look at your past. That's what it means, bro.
Right,
it's not afraid to visit your past, bro.
Okay.
What does it mean? What does Sankofa tribe mean to you?
So
come on, I'm answering mad questions, bro. Every question you ask, I answer. So now, why was you talking about Sankofa? So tell me, no, you asking me questions. Why was you talking about?
Yeah, why are you talking about Sankofa? Listen to his answer.
Sankofa tribe, but everything is anti-African, bro.
That's why.
What's up?
Sankofa ain't got nothing to do with no Africa, bro. That ain't really. Sankofa is a West African word.
Brother, you in the beginning of your show, you see now, in the beginning, if everybody go watch it, in the beginning he says Sankofa is a West African word. That's what you say. This is your word.
You're correct.
And then you go, then you go into describe. Then you're going to describe how you're going back into the past and looking at these boxes and identifying your ancestors. But you're using an African mind frame, and then at the end you say,
"Did you watch the series?
What is Sankofa tribe, bro?" I watched a couple.
You watched it? Okay, so what
you don't say nothing Indian?
Was we talking about Africa? Did we talk about Africa?
Yes. When you say Sankofa tribe, yes, you're talking about Africa.
No. The series, brother, because it's 6 series.
Oh, the series
I did 6 videos.
Listen, they're about old boxers of African descent.
Got him.
So we
Don't
talk
change
about
it now.
Africa.
No, but don't change it now in 2021.
The video's up, nigga. I don't have to change it.
Yeah, I
Not
know
a coincidence. The videos are up. Anybody look up Black Murderers Row series. The video's up. And
what are you making videos for using Sankofa? Why? Why, Topcatz? We want to know. And what happened to the Sankofa tribe? What happened to them? That's what we want to know.
what we was talking about? We was talking about America on there. We talked about Indian history on each and every last one of them motherfuckers. Each one, there's 6 of them up. Videos up. Cap ass nigga. You ain't watching. That's what happened.
No, I watched. Listen, I did, brother. I watched it.
Fuck out of here, nigga. Now let me tell you the reason why I use Sankofa. Now let me tell you. Hold on, brother. Let me tell you the reason why I use Sankofa. All right. So when I found out what Sankofa meant, I got it from one of my older homies. That's what he was at that time. But it was to go back. So
why wasn't the older homie telling you about some Indian words or something Indian? Why do you have to go all the way to West Africa?
When I did it originally started from hood documentaries. I go to different hoods I used to hustle at, and I talk to the old school dope boys and shit in them times that was on back then. And they was giving me the stories of how different hoods and sections was. I used to watch Kel Mack. On my first video I ever put up on YouTube, Kel Mack came and shouted me out. Like, hey man, do your thing, boom, boom. I like that.
Nothing.
And so
he taking us all around the world. Why, Topcatz? Why are you taking us all around the world like this? This is crazy.
I use Sankofa because that's what the big homie from the corner had put in me. So when I went back to get them to tell their stories of the past, that was the best way that I can identify it, you know what I mean? Because it came from that vibration of what the big homie had gave me. And so it had nothing to do with Africa. None of the niggas that came on the screen talking about nothing about Africa. When I brought it in the boxing and shit, all we was doing was going back in the past. So I used the word Sankofa, but it had nothing to do with Africa. All of the series are up. The Black Murderers Row. Y'all go check them out. That motherfucker got nothing but indigenous history. Soon as them hoes come on, them hoes got nothing but indigenous history of America in it. Then we go into the boxing story. That was my introduction to how I started teaching, coming to bring the history. But I was a boxing channel at first, so I had to, bring the mix the history in there with it to trick the niggas at first. You feel me? But that's how I got in, bro. That Sankofa had nothing to do with Africa. Nothing but, if you would say, it was a West African word. But we just took the meaning, behind it. It had nothing to do with a West African prison, brother. You don't know me.
Hold on. Bro, I just let you go. So basically,
go ahead. You got the floor.
Aboriginal or Native American word for looking at the past. There's no word that you could have chosen out of your own culture. Not only that,
listen, bro, that's not okay.
Hold on. Not only that, but it's just the fact. It's fine that you use it, but you go so hard against these Africans or people of African descent. How it's it just mind boggles you how you think these people are not, when they call themselves African American. When you put your history out there, you put your own genealogy out there, you make yourself public. So you got people in you who you call in your family, like Buck Colbert. If you go look at his book, he specifically says he's an African American. He specifically says he was enslaved by these people, these Indians, these Native Americans. He makes distinctions between him and those people. Now,
you know what Topcatz told me before? He told me that his people, they didn't know what they was talking about. How disrespectful is that? These people that talk about, oh, it's all about the ancestor this, ancestor that. But he told me that these people that came before him don't know what they're talking about. All right, so this is Buck Colbert's book. It was edited by his grandson, John Hope Franklin, who's also another African American historian. This is John Hope Franklin, right? Born January 2nd, 1915, died 2009. Was an American historian of the United States and former president of Phi Beta Kappa the Organization of American Historians, the American Historical Association, and the Southern Historical Association. Franklin is best known for his work From Slavery to Freedom, first published in 1947, and continually updated more than 3 million copies. Well, continue update, excuse me. More than 3 million copies have been sold. In 1995, he was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Right? Born in Oklahoma, Franklin attended Fisk University and then Harvard University, receiving his doctorate in 1941. He was a professor at Howard University, and in 1956 was named to head the historian department at Brooklyn College, part of the City University of New York. Recruited to the University of Chicago in 1964, he eventually led the historian department and was appointed to a named chair. He then moved to Duke University in 1983 and as an appointee to the named chair in history. So we see some of his credentials, right? Some of the things he's been through. This is allegedly Topcatz peoples. We're not sure how he places on the family tree, but he says he's related to him. So he doesn't know what he's talking about. That's what Topcatz says. He don't know what he's talking about. And this man who, this is Buck Colbert Franklin. This is his book. We're going to go to the first chapter. I should have just went to the bookmarks. My bad, y'all. So go to the first chapter where he gives a little genealogy, right? And this is the part where we're talking about. They like to lie on the genealogy, right? We catching them all do it. From the big fish to the little fish, right? We got Topcatz on the hook. Smoke Signal, he lies about his genealogy, what the paperwork says. Sister Bethy, they all just make it up. So remember, Topcatz likes to say that these likes to say that the Indians are basically the black people, but they was never called black. They was Indians, and that whole put you in a blender, you don't know what the hell they talking about. But here's from Buck Colbert Franklin's own words. I was born on the 16th day of May, 1879, near Homer, a small country village in what was then Pickens County, Chickasaw Nation, Indian Territory. I was the 17th of 10 children born to David and Millie Franklin. Dad was born in Tennessee, not far from Gallatin, and mother was born in Mississippi, not far from Biloxi. I was Christianized Buck in honor of my grandfather Buck, who died long before I was born. As a slave, now right there, if anybody heard Topcatz, he'll say his people was never enslaved. Right? I told you, I had this conversation with Topcatz about what matter of fact, I think I know where it's at. I'm gonna try to find that. He said his people don't know what they talking about. So as a slave, he was the property of a full-blooded Chickasaw Indian family, the Bernies, and he must have been above the average slave in intelligence and business, but he purchased himself, his wife, and their 10 children long before the Civil War. My mother was 1/4 Choctaw Indian blood. Wait, I thought the Negroes, the blacks, or the so-called blacks was the Indians. So what are they talking about, this mixture? My mother was 1/4 Choctaw Indian blood, the other 3/4 being Negro. I thought the Choctaw was the Negroes. I thought the Negroes was the Choctaws. How's this going to work? How does this work? Topcatz, he'll never answer these questions because he created a nice little bubble for himself, a nice little echo chamber where they don't care, right? They'll still push that the Indian and the Negro is the same. But when we look in history of these black Indians, because or what they like to call it, they'll say they're mixed, or Negroes and Indians aren't the same. That's what they'll say. So my mother was 1/4 Choctaw Indian blood, the other 3/4 being Negro. But she never knew the meaning of slavery in her early childhood days. She was born in the home of her Indian kin. She slept, played, and attended their tribal school and church and spoke their language. She and Dad were married in 1856 near Biloxi and moved to Pauls Valley in what is now Garvin County, Oklahoma, where their two oldest children, Walter and Andrew, was born. Right, so he goes. So you're gonna say that, Buck Colbert don't know his family? That's what you're gonna say? That's what you're gonna say, Topcatz? You know better than your ancestor? You know better than your family? Or once again, peace to the chat. Juju, Ayasa, Shy, Roundtable, peace. Rob, peace. Word. Even Smoke Signal, what's good? Peace to everybody in the chat, man. If you're watching on Twitter, come join us on YouTube. You're watching on Instagram, come join us on YouTube. Right? You can find a link to my profile on YouTube in the if you go to my home pages on each site, either Twitter or Instagram, you'll definitely see how to get here. Oh, my bad, y'all. 1 minute.
Why the fuck you?
My bad. I'm back. Where we at? Oh yeah, again, he fronts like this black and Indian is the same, and they're not.
I think it was his son. You can help me out, or his grandson who also wrote a book who posted the same thing, African American. So it's kind of funny now. I see you in 2019. You talking Sankofa, and then now you see a little movement 2021. You trying to jump in there with like, nah, we was never that.
He's a grifter. I'm telling y'all. He tried every way to get his YouTube jumping. He went to the boxing route, didn't go like that. Then he found this Aboriginal community, but he forgets before that he was black, and he was doing black stuff and talking about black stuff on the internet, like the video with the Sankofa boxing, right? He wants to visit the past, showing boxes from here and now, and the only word he can come up with was Sankofa.
And you also, another thing that's funny that you do is you make it different from the Native Americans, them Asian looking motherfuckers. But in your clubhouse profile, you got somebody named Billy Powell or whatever, or something like that. Some Native American. You can go look at his page.
So he wants to make Osceola, Billy Powell, a black man. Like, where does the madness stop? Nothing says this man is black. Nothing he ever read said that.
Paintings that was drawn at his time, and he looks just like them people from Asia that y'all took that now. So it's like you got Asian people in your lineage, you got Africans in your lineage, but you just straight up disrespecting all of them. It's just crazy, bro. It's crazy.
I'll tell you out on that, brother. All right. See, this is what happens when you be on the internet. You know what I mean? Nigga get to guessing and assuming shit. Well, you got
ain't no guessing. This is what you said. This is what you said.
Let's talk about it. So when we did it, we'll start with Buck Colbert Franklin first. If y'all don't know who Buck Colbert Franklin is, they were freedmen. They was in Tulsa, Oklahoma doing.
You said they was what? He keeps saying like we don't know what freedmen are.
Franklin is they were freedmen.
We know what freedmen are. that means there was an ex-slave. They'll try to act like that's not what it means. That's what it means, especially when you're dealing with these Indian tribes. The freed slaves was called freedmen. It's that simple.
They was in Tulsa, Oklahoma during the massacre. He ended up representing them, one of the and he ended up writing a piece on the event that took place there. All right, he got a son named John Hope. All right, that's what he's talking about. All right, well, anyway, they were the Colbert family. All right, and so when he say that,
so that's now watch how he lies about this. Damn, I just shut the book down. Watch how he lies about this. He's gonna try to act like the last name, because Buck Colbert and John Hope Franklin, they have the last name, obviously Colbert. But he's gonna act like they're only saying that they was enslaved by them because it was like some family thing or something like that. Meanwhile, they wasn't Buck Colbert wasn't even enslaved by anybody named Colbert. He was enslaved by who? He said, as a slave, he was the property of a full-blooded Chickasaw Indian family, the Bernies. Now let's listen to Topcatz lie to us. Let's listen to him lie to us.
they was enslaved. If anybody know anything about indigenous history of America, then you know they were the Colbert. All right, that's what he talked about, the event that took place there. All right, he got a son named John Hope. All right, that's what he's talking about. All right, well, anyway, they were the Colbert family. All right, and so when he say they was enslaved, if anybody know anything about indigenous history of America, then you know that the Colbert family, who was Scottish Irish descent, they in the Scottish Irish, they end up hijacking these different tribes. All right, and so this Colbert family that he's talking about, that they was enslaved by, wasn't Native Americans, they were mixed in. So
see, they was not enslaved by the Colbert, by George, Levi, James, none of them. None of them. He said he was enslaved by the Bernies. Again, lying on his genealogy, trying to put his name to these famous. He's trying to attach his name to these famous Indians that are known, right? That are chiefs. But meanwhile, his family didn't have nothing to do with them. They just got the last name Colbert. He's full of, you know what I'm saying? He's just lying.
So it'll go back to damn, I can't think of the nigga name. It'll come to me. The Colbert that it started from. But James Colbert, my bad, turn up. James Colbert. His kids ended up becoming Levi Colbert.
He tries to act like these are black people. He just said they were Scottish Irish descent. You know how he tries to try to add in those black Europeans. These people aren't black. You can't find a picture, any picture or anything saying that they're black. Their mothers is Indian, and their father is, some say, part Indian or all European. Right? Some sources say he was born over there in Europe. Other sources say he was born in the Carolinas. So they're not really sure where he's born, but they are sure that he is a mixture or all white, and then he gets adopted into these tribes. But again, Buck Colbert was not enslaved by any Colbert family members.
Ended up becoming chief of the Chickasaw tribe. See, you gotta go get your history. You gotta understand history. So when he's saying that, it was the mixed races was in
Understand history. Where'd you make that story up from? Where?
enslaving the other Chickasaw, the original Chickasaw. All right, now let's walk. When you say this here, you said you brought up
they call themselves African Americans, brother.
Okay,
they call themselves African Americans.
So what year was that, brother?
The year was what? When the book was written?
What year was they calling themselves African American?
So in the beginning, you can go right to the first chapter. Hold on, I'm giving you the source of my information, which is your people's autobiography. So you can go to the first chapter. He says, my grandfather Buck Colbert was enslaved by Chickasaw Indian.
Like the book said. Well, he tried to say, I told you that. No, the book says it. You don't have to tell me anything. I read it. Stop lying. You saying they was enslaved by the Colberts. That's not what Buck said. I think Buck knows who his grandfather was enslaved by, not you.
Then he goes on to say he was the first. He was nigga. You didn't have to. I read it, brother. Then he goes on to say he was the first African American to fucking practice law in that area. He called himself African American. The whole shit. He even says when they say words like slave Negro. This was all the way from the late 1800s to the early 1900s. He's talking about.
So when was the first?
Yeah.
So they was calling niggas African Americans back then.
So look, you see the trick now. Now, and yes, they was calling people African American back then, but he's gonna ask. Watch how he frames his question.
He's calling himself that. Your peoples is identifying that as that.
So he was the first person ever to make up the word African American.
When did I make that claim? He was the first person to say to use the word African American. See, these guys are still under the premise that African American comes around in the 1980s. That's the first time it was used. No, sorry, no. Even when you see Afro American, they're not talking about a hairstyle, which is one of the silliest shit I ever heard. Like, these guys don't even know what a prefix is. Even when you go to the etymology, there's a different prefix. I mean, there's two different ones. You got the word Afro, where they're talking about the hair, and you got the prefix, where you have the word Afro with a dash behind it. Anybody can go look it up, and it'll tell you. And in fact, Afro comes from the prefix Afro. So the prefix comes first. That's all what we call Abo shuffle. So he's asked the question, and he runs away from it all.
Of course not. But I'm telling you, your peoples is identifying African, and you're the most anti-African person I ever met.
How are your ancestors saying, or your family saying that they're of African descent, but you're not? How?
Peoples is identifying
African American.
Of course not. But I'm telling you, your peoples is identifying African, and you're the most anti-African person I ever met. That's my question. Why are you so anti-African?
The book is wrote in the context of this time. Evidently, if you're speaking about African Americans. That's wrote in the context of this time.
But that's what I'm saying. You go to say your people know who they was. They always knew who they was. Now,
so the book says African American.
If your people that came before you, if your peoples that came before you say they African American, you're African American, brother. If you're claiming that descendancy.
Look, that's it. If that's what they say, that's what they say. Right? We can just go back to Buck Colbert's book. This is on what page? Oh, this is, I guess, page 40 in the introduction or prefix. But anyway, here he goes. The long hiatus between my father's death and my resumption of the final stage of preparing his autobiography for publication, now joined in this task by my son, did not diminish my fascination for what he had to say and how he said it, nor did it change my view that what he said was of a great importance. If anything, this lapse in time served to increase my admiration for what he wrote and indeed the manner in which he wrote. There were not many young African Americans living in the Indian Territory at the close of the 19th century who could provide posterity with a vivid account of their experiences and that of their compatriots. Right? He's talking about his grandfather. No, it's his grandfather. So that's who he's talking about. No, I think it's his father, excuse me. That's who he's talking about. Right? There's not many that wrote this stuff down. He's one of them. He is one of them. He said, in addition to his setting forth the significant aspects of his life on that unlikely frontier for a person of African descent, the richness of detail and his firm grasp on reality made his narration both credible and compelling for me. This is John Hope Franklin talking. We don't know what Topcatz is talking about. Topcatz on the internet freestyle, just shaming his ancestors. They turning in their graves.
I know what you're talking about, bro. All right, family, look, this you've been calling my name for this shit. All right, let's walk, man. Let's get to the OCO.
I'm just showing you how, brother. Just say you had a revelation. Just say you woke up one day. I understand.
Stay out for Google.
But don't act like you always knew this. Just say you woke up one day and you realized you
brought out a
Hey, Big Ab woke up one day too.
You brought out a source that said African American, bro. You brought up a boxing information, bro.
I brought up your words. I brought up your words.
Sankofa. It is a West African word, but where did they find the Sankofa from, though? Yeah, I'm gonna have to do a drop on that.
Hold on. No. First of all. They already had that. Listen.
Sankofa, the Sankofa.
Now he go to distraction. He about to go to the Negro burial ground, African burial ground. In New
Look
York.
at it.
He's
Look, he
trying to distract you.
Yeah, you seen my video, nigga. You seen my drop on that, nigga.
Bro, I can tell you who did it. Yo, you don't even know who Fatima Jackson is, who did the DNA research on the shit. You doing surface shit, brother.
Hey,
you doing surface shit. You doing surface shit, brother. Come on, I already know where you going, bro. I know this whole playbook, bro. Bro, Sankofa was around before that.
You was dropping debunk it then, nigga. My shit up. Anyway, let's go to the Osceola report. Since you a Google type of ass nigga. All right. And so my kinfolk Osceola and them fought in the Seminole Wars. All right, these was the Seminoles. Now, he said that Osceola was a Mongoloid. All right. I'm this nigga here. When I did the drop, matter of fact, I just did it on the Cowboy drop the other day too. I brought out Osceola genealogy and walked it down. Who they was. They was his ancestors really came from Cuba. All right, now some of them came from Cuba. If you know anything about Florida and Cuba, they had been going back and forth to Florida and Cuba. The original Wiley Indians, who they called the Wiley Indians, the original Gullah Indians. This was Georgia, areas of Florida and shit like that, the Appalachians. They after 1763, the Proclamation Act, most of them left. After the Treaty of Paris and shit, most of them left and went back, left Florida even, and went back to Cuba. A lot of them migrated over to Cuba. And so you get these Seminoles, bro. This nigga, his family was the governor of Cuba. And they end up he ended up marrying a lady over here, indigenous woman in America, bro. You don't even know what the fuck happened. That's why Osceola and John Horse was fluent in Spanish. Both of them was fluent in Spanish. They got reports when they got to the.
But he's just going on a rampage, right? So no, what Osceola is said to have married an African woman, or part African woman, right? We have the picture of Osceola that was painted when he was in jail. But as you see, he keeps using this Spanish. He's trying to substitute that for a meaning of black.
Before there was some dudes who fought with him. They even identified the nigga as being Spanish because of how fluent he was in it. But he had his family. He had a side. His daddy's side, well, not his daddy people on them side was. I mean, his mama's dad in them side was fluent in Spanish as well. And then that was black people. Listen, I got the books and shit that tell you that these people was black people.
All right, so
what are you talking about?
This is what I'm saying. I'm about to tell you what I'm talking about. You see,
he said he got the books to prove that these are some black people. That's not a black man. Blatant lies, Juju. He's just lying. What book does he have to prove Osceola was black? None. Only thing black about him was something in his name meant drink black water or some crazy shit. He don't know what he's talking about. He's saying anything. And he said he was born in Cuba. Historians believe he was born in Alabama. So again, just saying anything. Yes, it was done when he was in jail. It was done by George Gatlin while he was in jail. So this is what you would call a primary source. It was done at the time. He was alive. He's saying anything.
He switched the whole Sankofa thing. He don't want to talk about that no more.
Man, look,
He
bro.
switched the whole. Hold on, bro. I was.
Go give me some information on me teaching on Sankofa.
I'm about to.
That's all you gotta do.
Listen, I don't listen. I'm talking right now. Can I talk? Can I get the same respect I gave you, please? So he switched that whole shit. He don't want to talk about Sankofa. He don't want to talk about his people saying they're African American. He went to the O'Skelly thing, but he doesn't tell you that he was locked up, and a man named George Gatlin came and painted pictures of this man. So I don't care what he trying to say Spanish. Spanish could look black. It could look white. It could look Chinese. That don't mean nothing. Anybody can speak the language. Don't let him fool y'all with this.
It ain't got nothing to do with the language, bro. His family.
No, but that's
family was his family spoke Spanish. My nigga, what are you talking about?
There was a painting that was painted of him while he was sitting in jail. I know you know.
Nigga, go get
I know you know it is. So that's a primary source, and you can see
that ain't no motherfucking primary.
That's a primary source. So that didn't happen. Are you saying
he just turned into full? He just turned into a little baby. Oh hell no, that ain't no primary. Just denial. This is how you beat up a pseudo, man. This is how you beat up a pseudo. This is why he will not have any conversations with me. If he did, he won't have a platform. He won't.
Jail. I know you know. I know you know it is. So that's a primary source, and you can see
that ain't no motherfucking primary.
That's a primary source. That's a
man.
primary source, and you can see
that ain't no motherfucking primary.
That's a primary. So that's a primary source, and you can see
that ain't no motherfucking primary.
That's a primary source. So that didn't happen. Are you saying that didn't happen? This one.
Hey, that ain't the real painting.
That ain't the real painting. They gotta look. This is how you break them down. This is how you break them down. Topcatz, you got to come out, man. Stop acting scary. See what Vyasa dropped for us. Topcatz got to come out, man.
So everything is revisionized history. I know, brother. I know. This shit is ridiculous.
Bro, you Googled that shit. Stay out for Google, bro.
I Googled it. Yo, bro, stop putting.
Then you Google
what you need to do. What you need to do. What you need to do is stop putting so much of your personal business out there. If you didn't have you someone tighten it up.
Listen, bro.
Yeah, that's what you need to do. You saying you come from these people,
African American in that time. Go give me some African Americans from that time, bro.
And what time?
And the time you talking about, since my kinfolk was the first person to create the word African American.
I never said. Who said he was the first?
Look, you see he ran all the way back to the African American thing. That shit was done a long time ago. But look, we can just look at clips from newspapers. The Florence Tribune, 1885. What are they talking about? Friday, January 1st, African American and Emancipation Day. Fred Douglass supposed to speak at. Like, what is he talking about? What is he talking about?
No, I said your people's claim to be African Americans. So why aren't you?
That's the question. Why are you changing what your ancestors said that they are? Abos, why? I don't even like saying black Indians because there are some real black Indians, right? And I don't mean in color. I'm talking about the people of African descent who was brought up in those type of cultures, but they don't deny their mixture, whatever it is. They don't deny it. So they all just aboriginals, because I don't want to get confused from somebody who, you know what I'm saying, who identifies as an Indian, but they know they are of African descent. There's no problem with that. We have the problem with the people who are trying to erase history. Right? You could be whatever you want to be, but don't come for the history trying to do it. Don't do it.
That's the question, brother. That was the question. Why are you so anti? So no, I said your people's claim to be African Americans. So why aren't you? That's the question, brother. That was the question. Why are you so anti-African if your people is African?
I'm not in control of the family lineage. It's not me that can come out here and study something and go back and tell my grandma and my auntie and them that, hey, this is who we are. Now they know exactly who they are. You know what I mean? And I'm not one of these people who gonna come out here and tell you that I'm 100% Indian and I ain't got no, and I know what the hell happened here. You know what I'm saying? We have our burial sites down in Louisiana. We have 2 burial sites down there, one on 40 acres, another one on 100. On one of them, they have Spaniards. We have Irish. That's why I always talk about the Black Dutch here. We got Black Irish, Black Spaniards. We have Africans. I told motherfuckers that my grandma, her great grandma was mixed with African. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of flack from that in my community. Right. I'm not here to lie though.
Hold on, you sure they got a debate today? Let me see. I didn't know that. Nah, I don't see no live. I thought they were just gonna have a little conversation. I don't even think Aboriginal Power went live. I don't see it. Oh no, it is. Hold on. I said 1 minute ago. Oh, they just went live. I don't know where Lucky at though. Lucky, oh yeah, that's what I thought. It's not today. It's not today. Oh, they doing a little promo. Okay. I thought so. Yeah, we're gonna check in on that too. But yeah, man. All we do is put these guys on the. We just exposing them, man. Like that shit with Topcatz is bullshit. Right? That's some bullshit. He just lying about everybody in his family. He don't even care.
All the way up. I don't know.
They don't even care no more. Or they don't even care. They just accept all the lies, man. It's terrible. Oh, let me see something. There's a video I ain't show you.
You gonna stop us? You gonna stop us from making shit up?
This shit is ridiculous. Listen. You're telling all your listeners there was never a colonies in America.
Listen,
I just want to.
I'm asking you, what made it a colony?
What made it a colony is because these Europeans colonized it. They came and settled it. What are you talking about?
So what does that have to do with us?
What do you mean? Well, it has to do with you telling some bullshit history. You were talking about. Be quiet. I'm answering your question. You made it such a big point. Oh, that's colonized. So I said, wasn't America colonized? You said no. So what are you talking about? We're
breaking it down. We're breaking it down right now. So you want to listen?
I'm listening.
Okay. So now the time period that you're talking about, right? When did they say it's the 1500s? Do you have a date when they established these colonies?
Well, you're gonna act like colonization isn't a
right.
So Virginia, we could.
How you gonna act like colonization isn't a real thing? This is what I'm talking about. Just be lying. But watch, just listen how there's gonna be a theme here. They just accept the lying. It's okay to lie. This is what they do. There's nothing true about them. Nothing true about them as a group, as a little fake online community. There's nothing. Everything is a lie.
We start in what 1607.
Hold on. So they doing. So that means they was doing business. So somebody here had to give them permission to do business with them, correct?
They did not ask Indians and Native Americans for no permission. I'm sorry. There was no permission granted. They made deals, signed treaties. This is after they already encroached and took what they wanted.
No. You the niggas that let them take shit.
Oh, y'all let them take shit. What are you talking about?
You ass kissing Yankees up there.
You were just you're sitting there saying that y'all was doing business with them. And then what? You do business with them?
Right. They wasn't okay.
What are you talking about?
So the French and the Spanish had colonies too, huh?
Of course.
So everybody had colonies just because they was doing business here, according to their narrative.
And then y'all let them take over the whole shit.
All right. So what we're saying is that we colonized Europe. Now what?
You didn't know.
Wait a minute. We were there first.
No.
We're stronger. Hey, hold on. We're stronger.
No. We're not. Don't start.
We're stronger.
Don't.
We've been stronger. What do you mean? Ain't no preaching. We're richer. We're stronger. We're bigger. We're faster.
How come there's a couple hundred million white people here, but there's not
Well,
a
that's
couple
what they say.
million black people in Europe?
Hold on. That's what they say.
No, for real. No, for real. You're talking about y'all colonized there. No, you didn't. Stop making shit up, bro. You're making shit up. This shit is ridiculous.
Interesting.
You gonna stop us?
Making shit up. This shit is ridiculous.
Interesting.
You gonna stop us? You gonna stop us from making shit up?
No, I can't stop you from doing anything, but I like that you're acknowledging that you're making shit up.
You said Joe Hand, Matthew Hayes.
Don't save him. This nigga just said you're gonna stop us from making shit up.
Now listen,
I
don't know what.
Know this shit is a fraud. This shit is a fraud. Y'all niggas is playing some type of game, and I don't even know why people listen to y'all. He just said, "Are y'all gonna stop us from making this shit up?" They know.
Joe Hand, Matthew Hayes. Who is that, man?
Yes, it's the man that made the map, bro.
How you spell
You're
it?
not gonna keep asking me the same.
No.
I
don't care. She can't lie.
A whole turkey burger.
Okay.
That's
You shouldn't
all
be
I'm
lying.
saying.
You shouldn't be lying.
Hey, but look, I whooped you with the information, and I whoop you. In real life, ghouls, man. I don't know why y'all think I'm some little nigga.
None of this, like you said, these empty threats.
What I'm talking about? I'm a big ass nigga, bro. I'll put these bear paws on you, cuz. I'm from a town called Hampton Beach, nigga. You can come get a visit any day, anytime you want to. I beat the shit
Short
out you.
to the ground. What is you talking?
What I'm talking about, and I'm old enough
and
to
your
whoop
jokes
your
is
daddy.
lame, and you a weak pseudo. You got
You dig
no
what I'm
jokes. You a
talking
weak
about?
pseudo, and you out of shape. Bro.
Yeah.
You focus on the wrong shit. You get your shit up.
add wild
You gotta have
ass
one of them
Indian
three,
on
bro.
the
You got
end
the
of
in
that.
shape. You gotta have
A
your pseudo
pseudo
up to date.
wild ass
You know what I'm
Indian
saying?
who will fuck you
Something,
up.
bro.
You dig what I'm talking about? I fuck you up with the information, and
Hey, you
I
better stop
fuck you
being
up
so
in
loud.
Who changing that cool. Black to Indian and presented that. Doing more than that. She's going back changing records. So who else records? Like she probably did People's Family Trees and changed the Black to Indian and presented that they're synonymous because they don't know the platform and how to look for the sources for these records. So it's all a game. You know what I'm saying? And y'all just defending the shit. It's way deeper than that. She changed numerous records.
Let me know when you get through, brother.
If you don't want to address that, you want to just deflect. I guess you and Lucky could talk about y'all debate, but I'm not really with the deflection shit right now.
Nah, you accusing Sister Bethy of something. You want me to address that? You should be
You
addressing
just
Sister
asked me
Bethy.
about it. I tried.
I'm just saying. But you want me to address it though. All you saying is Sister Bethy this, Sister Bethy that. No, I can't address that. You will have to get Sister Bethy to address that. All I can say is,
Oh, listen, you're part of the community.
Wait a minute.
You're
Hold
part
on,
of the
let you get
community.
through. Hold on. Did I let you get through or not? Did I let you get through or not? Do you
And
remember that
you're
part?
part of the
Thank
community.
you.
Address people
Thank you.
showing
Thank
changing
you.
documents. That's
Did I
what you need
let
to
you get
address.
through or not,
You
brother?
can leave
Did I
Sister
let you
Bethy
get
out
through?
of it.
Did I
It
let
really
you
doesn't
get
have
through or
nothing to do with Sister Bethy. She's not the first or the last. It's people
I'm gonna let
changing
you get through
documents.
it.
That
Let me
cool.
know when you get through, brother.
I'm asking. I asked the question. So if you're gonna answer the question, like I don't deflect, answer the question. People are changing documents. Is that cool? They say black, but people are putting Indian. Is that cool? We ain't talking about Sister Bethy. We talking about forging documents.
It's cool to me.
All right, because you with the lies, right?
Not with the African lie.
Yeah. No, we're talking about the Aboriginal lie of changing black to Indian. Are you with that lie? I'm very specific in my question, brother.
Yes, I'm definitely with changing black to Indian. I think that'll be better off for everybody who identifies as black to
No,
go
we're
back.
talking about on historical records.
Hey, brother. Hey, let me get through with my motherfucking answer, my nigga. Hey, bro. Hey, bro. Let me get through with my motherfucking answer, bro.
Change historical
Let me get through with my
Don't
motherfucking
say
answer,
now.
my nigga.
I'm not talking about now.
Hey, bro.
You see how emotional he gets? Everybody heard and dealt with Smoke Signal before. He doesn't have to yell. He could talk. So he gets very emotional because he know he's saying some bullshit. So he wants to just look like he's standing on it. He's standing on business. Come on, man. Y'all standing on lies. You don't have a foundation. You don't have what you say you have if you're lying about it.
Bro,
No,
stop asking me questions. Hey, stop asking me questions.
I don't care how loud you
He
are.
definitely didn't take this blood pressure
He
medicine.
tried to turn it into, oh, we could be black. We can turn black to Indian now. No, 1870 record,
Damn right.
1870 census record.
Damn right.
Is it okay to change that?
Damn right.
Oh, okay, cool. You're with that type of lying about historical documents. Cool.
Yeah, Sean, call them historical revisionists.
Yeah.
That's all they is.
Fuck Africa, nigga.
Like, I wonder how many people out there got their genealogy done and then was presented a census that they said it said Indian, but it really said black. But they seen it on the index But they
How
went
many?
for
How
it
much
because
wood could a
I really wanted that shit was crazy.
woodchuck wood, nigga? Huh?
That shit was
Answer
crazy.
that. How much
Like,
wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
everybody in the
Nigga?
chat, just tell me if you would.
Answer that question, nigga. Answer that.
So look, I'm gonna show y'all exactly what I'm talking about. This is her ancestor, Moses Fisher. I think this would be her 4th great grandfather, or something like that. Right? So here you go. Let me zoom it in some more for y'all. Right? So she added this. This is what she added. The Indian. Why would you have to do that? If it say what you want it to say. Right? Why would you have to do that? And it says added additional data not found on record. She just added it just to add it. And we know it's her because we can click on that and it goes right to her. So that's her profile. But no added information. But let me show you what I'm talking about. This is what I mean. So when you see it got the same thing here, and we could look why they did it. It says correction. So this is somebody who changed. It said why. So they're giving the reason why. Correction due to an error in transcription. Right? Error in transcription. Variation of recorded data. So they're telling you why they put remove Floyd, so they read it. That's what they thought it said. Right? You can go on and on. But let's see why they did that. Because if we look at how it looks, it's kind of hard to read. Right? Oh shit. Oh shit going crazy. My bad, yeah. It's supposed to be Samuel Floyd, I believe. Right? Oh, my bad. The yellow one. Excuse me. The yellow one, Samuel Floyd. Last name Floyd. That stands for ditto. All right. So we can see why they changed, you know what I'm saying, Lamu to Samuel. Some read it, you know what I'm saying, however they read it. But they're telling you the reason why. When we go to Bethy, there is no reason why. She just did it because she wants Indian to mean black. That's it. She wants Indian to mean black.
Answer that question.
People in the chat is with the guy. That's one if you
Hey, bro. Answer that, bro. Answer that, bro. Answer that. Answer that. Answer that question, my nigga.
What's the question? Again, I was talking. What's the question?
How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood, nigga?
I don't know.
Thank you. That's the same thing I'm telling you.
Okay.
A woodchuck could chuck all the wood, nigga. That's what's going on right now. That's what he's saying. He chucking all the wood because he a woodchuck man. He basically agreeing with you. He gonna
It's just crazy how this whole community is really just cool with lying about.
Okay, so you made the accusation. Hold on. You made the accusation.
They lying to kick it just so they can meet up with each other. They lie about Indians they don't have in their family tree. Look, he just cool with lying. Now it's so what? So what? We lying. So what? So what? Come on, man. Y'all are weak. Call yourself a religious group, and I bet you people will leave you alone. That shit is crazy.
You made the accusation. You got all the evidence. What the fuck you gonna do about it now? The ball's in your court. What you gonna do about it?
You doing what I'm doing, bringing awareness to the situation. That's what you do. You bring awareness, and you let the people decide. So I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Awareness. I'm letting everybody know. You got y'all people are changing records and presenting it as it says one thing, but the primary record says completely opposite. And it's not even like y'all are doing it with y'all genealogy.
We gonna change the shit out of them records.
I know.
We gonna change the shit out of them. Supposed to be safe. Y'all didn't stop the Europeans. Y'all didn't stop the Europeans from changing.
That's crazy.
Hey, Hey, why y'all didn't go back
But
and
more
correct
people
the
are worried
Europeans?
about
Why
why
y'all
we
didn't go
over
back
here.
and correct
The
the
actual
Europeans
shit
put on the record?
bad. So this shit is
Why
not
y'all
about
niggas don't go
being
back?
true or
Why
anything.
y'all niggas don't go back and
About
change
the
what
hurts
the
him the most
Europeans
though,
put on the
because
and
record?
you
presenting
exposed
lies.
his
Hey,
genealogy.
why
That's
don't
why it hurt.
y'all go
Yeah,
back
even
and
his
Mr.
change
man. That's
what
why he's another
the
victim.
Europeans
He's another
put
victim.
on the
He just going, you
record?
hear him? He's going crazy back there. I'm just like, why lie? Why lie, man? If you are who you say you are, why are you lying about it? Why are you making fake trees and all this other crazy stuff? Just a lie. Watch, we're gonna get into a little bit further. If you're watching on Twitter, peace. Come on over to YouTube. If you go to my profile, you can see the link to my YouTube profile. Come over here. I'm gonna have to end it on Twitter soon. But pull up, man. Definitely appreciate you over here with us. But like I said, these abos, these fake Indians, these pretendians, they have to lie, and for their community to exist, they have to accept the lie. Everybody, and they're just cool with lying. No matter who you catch up, you know what I'm saying? No matter who you catch in a lie, no matter what the lie is, you know what I'm saying? They just like, fuck it. But let's go back, man. This shit is sad. Because a lot of people, they don't know. Right? Like, they don't know, they don't understand.
And change what
They don't know certain ways how to.
That's a fact, bro. He was a victim. I forgot, bro.
But,
Why you don't do that?
so what is Lucky talking about? Lucky's calling him a victim. Why? Because Sister Bethy also did his genealogy and said she found Indians in his family. Now, I don't remember seeing that part, but I remember it being said. So he's a victim. So Sister Bethy line, we caught Smoke Signal out on his genealogy also. He belongs to the Chickasaw Freedmen, which are people of African descent. I don't see what the problem is. These people of African descent are some of the dopest people in the world, especially the home team, us on the American side, we do great things in the world. No one's better than one or the other. But, we set trends. That's just the truth. Why would you want to deny that and be something different? Right? He'd rather be just an Indian. I don't know. But like I said, it's not about, having Indian ancestry. I got Indian ancestry. That's not what it's about. It's about the line of the history. That what you're not gonna do. You're not gonna go around and say Nat Turner is fake or he was hired to kill black slave owners. Right? You're not gonna do that. When we showed the trial of Nat Turner, and they was all on trial. I think it was 49 of them or something like that. Don't quote me on the number. But they always charged with killing white people. Now I don't advocate for that. But back then, that's what we got to do, right? 1830, yeah, that's what's on the agenda. So why would you want to get rid of that history, right? A lot of them got executed, but hey, they would rather die as freedmen than live as a slave. They was tired of it. You got to respect it. I do.
You don't do that.
Yeah, that's why he's so mad.
He got one of
He
them.
just
He got one of them syndromes, Nat. He got one of them syndromes.
I put him on a summer jam screen too.
Put on
That's a fact, bro.
record. I can't get an answer for that.
Yeah, he got one of them Stockholm syndrome conditions.
Let's hear his question. Let's hear his question.
I can't get an answer for that. I can't get an answer for that.
All right,
why don't y'all go back and change what the Europeans put on the record?
Why would we change anything? It says what it says.
That's what I'm asking you. So why you worried about what Sister Bethy putting on the record then? If you're saying why would you change anything, why the fuck is you worried about it then? If you ain't gonna hold up, if you're not gonna go back and correct all of it, stop worrying about what the fuck we corrected. How about that?
All right, could you show me a record like you're talking about, an example?
And can you show us actually corrections, not like a word on a document, you know what I'm saying, online, like an actual changing of a record. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why we was able to see it said Bethy on it. You see what I'm saying?
It says her name.
Nothing. She just wrote her. She
Said
wrote
she
something on
changed it.
top of something.
Yeah.
So what? So what? So what?
So what? It's right. We got
So
you.
the genealogist can change records. So how does it even make a genealogy if you can change the
Yeah,
record?
why y'all standing on genealogy?
That's what I'm saying. A primary source, if you mess with the primary source, it's no longer a primary source. So she wants to use that as saying, look, this is proof I descend from Indians when it don't even say that Indian anything on it. She put it on it. That's the y'all are crazy.
Malleable genealogy is crazy.
So what? I'm saying so what though?
You got some
I'm saying
malleable
so
genealogy.
I know you saying
so what? Y'all call it saying the same thing over and over again. I'm saying so the fuck what?
That's sad, brother.
Let it be sad then.
I mean, it's just more just exposing it. Y'all just.
But you the type of reason why niggas can't take the Aborigines serious.
Okay.
When you just up there blatantly lying and being accurate with it.
Like, who could take this serious? Right? They just with the lie. Let's go up to when Sister Bethy pops on. Right? But who could take this stuff serious? Who? How could you take this serious when week after week you're getting exposed for lying on this show, Chris's show, Q Butter, Sean P and the Mossy, like just exposing all your lies, breaking it down, right? Anybody else I forgot who's putting up the good fight, like you're being exposed daily, weekly, right? It's not just you might have read something out of context. No, this time you're purposely lying, perpetrating a fraud. Saying you got records that it says your ancestors are Indians, but you never found one Indian. What's wrong with that? I don't get it. I'm really lost. Why? What's all this hatred for being black? Why?
Mr. Bethy, she can straighten up her own business. I relinquish the flow.
Why y'all bitches got my name in your mouth? I'm on a whole lie. You
Look, you see how she come right out. This is a grown woman. But I still treat her like a grown woman because I don't call out a name. Right? I don't want to be represented like that, but she don't care how she's being represented. Why would she? She's claiming to be a full-blooded Indian with no African descent. So why would she care how she looks online? Right? These are the elders.
mad because I gave you a lying ass tree.
Well, you see, she admits it. I gave you a lying ass tree. Why would you do that? But you did have real ancestors. But the ancestor you pointed out was fake. You had to go get a real Native American woman. That's the crazy part. She's actually Native American, and she got pictures where you could see that. So you couldn't even go and find a black Indian to put a fake because they don't exist. Sorry, they just don't exist.
Mad because I didn't give you my real tree. What's the problem, boy?
No, you gave us your real tree.
I didn't give you my real fucking tree.
Yeah,
so
all
stop
right.
lying. I got my real tree. You got the fake one that I did on Bap Channel.
You got the one
I keep telling you that, and you fucking going around lying. But the problem is, ain't nobody listening to your bitch ass. Nobody.
They listen now. They been listening. That's why you here.
I'm a motherfucking genealogist.
Look, so I believe she pays for viewers. I don't care what nobody says. She be having over 1,000 viewers over there. Whatever. If they legit, good for her. Right? We all know that the pseudo nonsense is more attractive than the real stuff. That's just how it is. Right? People like watching movies for a reason. So you want to mention my you ain't nobody watching, right? Cool. I got 70 people watching now, right? Got 35 on YouTube, 36 on Twitter, right? Y'all on Twitter, y'all come join us on YouTube. But it's not about the numbers, it's about exposing the information, right? But when I was on this channel, BAP channel, where I was up here talking for a long time, I'm bringing awareness to your community. So yeah, a lot of people listening. And they need to stop lying and telling their business. Exactly, Juju. They need to stop lying. They wouldn't have no problems if they wasn't doing all this. Just like with Topcatz, he wants to give us a whole rundown of his whole family tree, right? And he's naming out all these famous people. Like these people didn't write books and tell their own story, but you want to change the story. We're not going for the lion, right? It's our job to protect the history, right? Make sure when it gets passed on right, right? Even if we find stuff and that needs to be corrected, we're going to correct it and pass on the right information. If we're wrong about something, we're going to be corrected and still pass on the right information.
I know genealogy. That's what the fuck I do. I get paid thousands for doing genealogy, nigga. I know my job. And
So
you
why are you
mad
changing the
because
record?
I gave y'all bitches the wrong
I don't know
tree.
who paying her.
Your
I'm
dumb
not
ass
mad.
fucking
I'm
wrong.
happy you did that. We
I
found
ran
out
y'all
you're
bitches.
changing records.
I ran your bitch ass around the woods.
No, you didn't. Sister, you see how this elder woman is talking? It's crazy. But she gets paid thousands for genealogy. So why are you not good enough to find the Indian in your family then? And it took us 2 minutes. It took
I
us
made
2
you
minutes
look
to find you
stupid.
change the
I made you look
1877.
2
stupid,
minutes.
motherfucker.
It was
showed people.
fast.
I showed people what I did. And
It was
what?
fast.
And what? What you got? What you got? You ain't got
I've told
shit.
you changed
You
the
ain't got
1870
you
census.
ain't got a goddamn thing.
March
You
16,
ain't got a goddamn
2022.
thing.
March 16,
showed
20. Yeah, this is what we got. This is what we got, Sister Bethy. You changed this March 16th, 2022. Let's not act like this is a new lie. This is an old lie. But you know, when you tell one lie, you got to keep lying. So this was an old lie. You try to create a new lie and got caught up in it. That's what happened. Let's keep it a buck. You was changing black to Indian. And then you would show people this, people that are watching that don't know how to use Ancestry, that never made a family tree, because mind you, you're teaching all these people. Never made a family tree. You're showing them the index and showing them, look, it says Indian. You're deceiving everybody. That's what deceitful people do. Watch, we're going to get to it. She's going to act like she's going to say a whole lot more.
I went
22,
live
you
and
changed the
showed
census record.
everybody what I did. I showed everybody what
Did
I
you
did.
tell them that? No, did you
And
tell
I
them
did
that you
that.
changed census records?
I
Did you
changed
tell them?
every fucking
Did you?
thing.
No. Did you
Wait,
tell them
I
March
didn't change no census
16,
records. I didn't change
2022,
census
you
records.
changed the census record from. Look, I ain't changed no census record. You're lying. Why are you lying? March 22nd, 2022, you changed the census record. Why are you lying, Sister Bethy? Look, smoke signal over here with the lies. Look, when you tell one lie, you got to keep lying. March 16, 2022, you changed the census record.
Everybody what I did. I showed everybody what
Did
I
you
did.
tell them that? No, did you
And
tell
I
them
did
that you
that.
changed census records?
I
Did you
changed
tell them?
every fucking
Did you?
thing.
No. Did you
Wait,
tell them
I
March
didn't change no census
16,
records.
2022, you changed the census record from black to Indian?
I didn't change census records.
As soon as somebody said
2022.
I can do a
You
shit.
said 2022.
I can do exactly what I did.
No, that's too
right
old.
now.
That's a long time ago.
I can do
2 years
exactly
ago.
what I did.
Yeah, how you saying you on a spinning mission 2 years ago? In the future?
No.
2 years ago, you changed the census.
2
Wait a
years
minute,
ago into
Dave.
the future is crazy.
Anybody in YouTube, anybody that got a family tree could do what I did. That's what the feature is there for. That's
No,
what it's there
you're supposed to provide
2 years
evidence.
ago was crazy.
You just changed it to change it.
I changed black to Indian. Yes, I can
Yeah,
do that.
on the census record.
I can correct.
2 years ago is crazy.
2 years ago.
I can correct anything I want on Ancestry.
You had no source for it. You didn't. Why didn't you put a source for it then?
Anybody
if you're really an Indian, why didn't you put a source or provide a reason why? Like I showed that these people did because the name, right? Samuel Floyd. They got Lemieux Floyd. They're saying Samuel Floyd, a variation, right? Correction due to error in transcription. You just said, I want black to be Indian. That's what you said. This was the other day, YK. This was the other day.
Stupid as fuck.
No.
Anybody can do, and you're mad. And you're mad.
No.
You're stupid as fuck.
No.
Anybody can do that. That's what it's there for.
No, it's not what it's there for. That's why they don't. No. That's why they put it in quotation so you can see who did it and why.
That's
No.
what it's there for. Yeah, he's stupid.
Sister Bethy, didn't you go down to vital statistics and get them to change that make shit go on the right?
But how'd you send them on a wild goose chase if you made the tree 2 years ago?
Look, let me tell y'all bitches something.
That's
my
crazy.
shit is changed in my state.
Now look, you see, nobody still didn't call out her name, and this other guy nonetheless pops up talking about she went to Vital Statistics. She ain't go to Vital Statistics. She went to Ancestry.com. She went to Ancestry.com and changed it, talking about she went to the Vital Statistics. Get out of here, man. Y'all believe anything.
And you can change them on the record. That's what the feature's for. Anybody in your family
Absolutely not.
that got access. Anybody
Absolutely not.
that got access. Yes, it is.
So
If
did
I
you
give
change
you
it for a good reason, or did you
were
change
in
it
my
to send them
family,
on a goose chase?
Yeah, she want to change it so she can act like Black and Indian is synonymous, and it's not.
Y'all bitches
She want to act like
don't
Black and
know.
Indian is synonymous, and it's not.
You don't know, stupid.
Oh, I know. I know.
You thought you had something, but you didn't.
Yeah, you change the record. You do have something.
That feature been in
I don't have to change the record to show an Indian in my family like I did. That's why you felt the need. That's why you felt the need to come on here with fake genealogy.
No, it's not fake genealogy.
You just said it's fake.
You're fake.
No, you came on here with fake genealogy. To show an Indian in my family like I did. That's why you felt the need. That's why you felt the need to come on here with fake genealogy.
No, it's not fake genealogy.
You just said it's fake.
You're fake.
No, you came on here with fake genealogy.
You got a drawn picture of an old ass white man as an Indian on your tree. Bitch, who fake? Me or you?
You are the fake one with the fake Indian.
You got an old ass white man.
You came back and showed everybody a Native American and talk about that's your grandmother. What are you talking about?
That's the lie I did.
You did. So what are you talking about, grandmother? What are you talking about?
That's the lie I did.
You did. So they just cool with lying. I'm telling you, if you really Indian, why you gotta lie about it? Y'all say genealogy is key. Why you don't have no Indians in your family? It makes no sense. What are you talking about? Why you didn't come back? She just admitting the lies numerous times. Numerous times. It's just fine. Back with a Black Indian in. You showed everybody a Native American talking about this is my grandmother, she died here. Like you was lying.
To make a fucking joke, stupid.
It wasn't no joke. People really thought that was real. You hear her? She was making a joke. It was no joke. And talking about this is my grandmother, she died here. Like you was lying.
To make a fucking joke, stupid.
It wasn't no joke. People didn't take it as a joke. We're gonna see if our very own friend of the show, 111 Truth Searcher, took it as a joke.
Don't try.
There you go. Peace, Truth. You made a mistake. You made a mistake. That's all right.
Come on, man. How you gonna say explain myself to cut me off, bro? You funny.
I just said you made a mistake. It's all right.
Nah, look, bro. This is all I'm saying, cause all I'm hearing is like a little loop sound bite, and I want to hear this entirety, but based off from what happened on Bab channel, I find it highly likely that she will go live on her own channel, and the very people that she was going hard for to say that she don't know who them is. So just based on what I think it is because you playing in like a loop, that nigga, you know how niggas be like, yeah, you right. I don't know who. I don't know.
No.
You know,
Look, Truth is defending her. He thinks that she was telling the truth. So, Sister Bethy, what do you mean you telling a joke? With a Black Indian in. You showed everybody a Native American talking about this is my grandmother, she died here. Like you was lying.
To make a fucking joke, stupid.
It wasn't. Nobody took it as a joke. Nobody took it as
I'm
a joke.
gonna play it for you. I need to hear it in entirety, bro. You know,
I'm gonna play it for
I
you.
ain't taping for nobody though. You feel?
I'm gonna play it for you. I played it in. Look, I played it in its entirety. All right, look.
I didn't hear it, brother.
Look. So listen now. I'm gonna put it in the back though, because she already said she gonna strike me, right? So we're gonna hear the audio. All right. Here we go. You ready?
Watch how surprised Truth is.
Look at this shit. I don't know nobody past this is real. All this is real. It was my grandmother's kids. Those my aunts and uncles. These people are real. They're real. I don't know who the fuck these people is right here. All the way up. I don't know none of them. That is not part of my tree. They're real. I don't know who the fuck these people is right here. All the way up. I don't know.
So, do you understand or nah?
I ain't got shit to say.
Look, he came up defending her. This is why I fucks with Truth, because he could be a little honest. Yeah, YK, why she didn't just show the real Indian in her tree like I did? That's what brought us there, right? So Truth didn't take it as a joke. Truth didn't take none of that as a joke, right? Remember she said this.
With a black Indian in. You showed everybody a Native American talking about this is my grandmother. She died here. Like you was wrong.
To make a fucking joke, stupid.
It wasn't who jokes about their ancestors and when she was like, oh, she died here. She died here. Look, Truth didn't take that as a joke.
So, do you understand or nah?
I ain't got shit to say.
I ain't got shit to say.
You don't think that's kind of crazy the way it happened? She trying to pull one over on the people, like.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie, like, you know, those pictures, I mean, we seen, you know, who she showed yesterday. And I would like to think that those are not the people that she saying she don't know who they is.
Look, he would like to think that those wasn't the people. He would like to think that. Because, Sister Bethy, it was not a joke.
She died here. Like you was wrong.
To make a fucking joke, stupid.
That probably had like 180, 200 people in there. Mostly Aboriginals. They all believed it. Because it's like, well, why would she do that? Why would she show a fake one? She could have did the usual Abu shuffle and just been like, yo, I don't got to show you nothing. Who are you to prove it? And just never show nothing. And the audience was fine. She took it on her own to try to do the fake out. Look, so then I go on and I show, because he said I would hate to see that it was the one she was talking about yesterday.
Those are not the people that she saying she don't know who they is. But I really can't tell because I wasn't watching the show, bro. I just, you know, like I say, I heard it that you just kept looping it. I'm thinking like, nah, man, this gotta be some shit rhetorical. I know she wouldn't say that after that.
Bro, you really think I give it up like that? So this is the show.
Yeah, niggas be.
So Truth, who turned out to be the liar, me or Sister Bethy? He talking about I might be, you know, playing with her words. Like, no, I don't got to play with no words. She said it. She lied. She came up and lied.
You know, niggas be doing some shit like that.
Never, bro. So look, this is BAP's show from yesterday when she was going hard.
Yeah, I remember that.
This is her mother.
Yeah,
they look exactly alike, as you can see. Exactly alike. Now let's just hold that thought right there. Let me get this shit up. Where the fuck is my grandmother at and dead at? Where does it say she's dead at?
Look how hard she going. Look how hard she going over the person she said. Does that sound like she's joking?
Hey, joke.
You showed everybody a Native American talking about this is my grandmother. She died here. Like you was lying.
To make a fucking joke, stupid.
It wasn't no
That
joke.
was a joke.
People really thought that was real.
No,
You're deceiving people. You're deceiving people. Come on now, y'all. Is she not trying to deceive people?
Where the fuck is my grandmother at and dead at? Where does it say she's dead at?
This is terrible. This is terrible.
Are real. They're real. I don't know.
Stop right there. Stop right there. Stop right there.
Well,
Now,
he wanna
hold on one second. Let me zoom
he wanna confirm to make sure that's the same people. It is.
in on this because I just want to make sure. Say less. Keep going, bro.
Well, say less. Nothing else to say. Because you was deceiving people. You tricked our very own 111 truth searcher. You tricked him. So imagine everybody else. Because I wouldn't say he's like on the average gullible. He's gullible, but not on the average. He's gullible because he took your word for what you said. These people never checked for a source. They never asked, well, can you prove that to us? Can you demonstrate that? No, they just let them go on and lie and lie and lie and build up on these lies. Old dog said he's shady too. But time will tell. But I think he's all right. He's just a confused brother. Right. Well, let's get back to the Aboriginal elder chief, Morning Thunder. Right? She's the chief. This is how the chiefs talk and act. And imagine, like, who would you go to your grandmother and she tells you a fake story about one of the answers? Like, no, who would do that? Who? Ah, this is crazy. I thought that was real. You're deceiving people. You're deceiving people.
That was the joke on the
You are deceiving people. People thought you was being honest.
Not mad. No, you thought I was being
Yeah,
honest.
you thought you was being honest. Why thought you was being honest? And you wasn't. I had him on my show. You
mad.
lied. No, I'm not mad.
You get me wrong.
2022, you change records because everything you perpetrating is a fraud.
You're mad, bitch. You and dumbass YK are mad. You're the only motherfucker.
No, if I was an
One mic. Hold up, one mic.
Now we mad. No, we not mad. We happy you did this because we get to expose the lying that goes on in y'all community. And a lot of people, come to you for genealogy. And you just be lying, just deceiving the people. Like I just gave you an example of. You seen Truth. He was deceived. He came on thinking, nah, she wouldn't say that. Nah, she ain't gonna just lie to kick it. But what did she do? She lied. Just to push it. Just to push this Aboriginal narrative. And then say it was a joke. Wasn't joking, talking about my grandmother died here. He wasn't joking about that.
Here's the opportunity to explain what she did without y'all cutting off. And if you cut her off, I got a solution to that problem. Let her expound about what she's talking about so we can get some clarity, and then you guys can respond. Okay? I'm only going to say that one time. Go ahead, Sister Bethy.
So when I was on Bab's channel last week, these little bitches was up on the panel. So I relinquished my mic.
Damn, why I gotta be all that? And y'all see still the whole time, I did not disrespect this woman. I'm not gonna do it.
For like an hour. And I was in the back and I made up a tree. Now, from myself to my third generation grandmother, that all is true. So what I did was when it came to fourth one, I looked up some random fucking lady and said that this is my grandmother. I did it. And I went live and said what I did. And I said, now watch these two bitches run around in YouTube and say, Sister Bethy made up a tree. And that's exactly what y'all bitches did. And you know what? I could do the same thing again right now. Right now. Make up a tree. My tree is old. Very old. I'm the first one that did my genealogy. It's older than 2022.
How is that even a good reason? Right? We over here just accepting lies like that. That's just what it is. That's a good reason. Is that really a good reason to send us on a wild goose? No, because you don't have Indians in your family. That's why. Nobody in your family was ever called Indians. It just didn't happen. Sorry.
My real tree, you don't see. You don't see it. You got a fake one that I did, and I could do another fake one right now and put another.
And another fake one, and another fake one. But I thought genealogy is key. Why are you playing with your ancestors? Right? They rolling over in their grave right now.
Fake Indian up there. But bitch, you're the one that got the fake fucking drawing portrait.
Yeah, exactly. I almost forgot. And you changed it in 2022. So you didn't just change it for us. You didn't just change it for us. You've been changed it. Right? This happened just a couple days ago. You've been changed it, Sister Bethy. So it's more to it than, oh, you just gave us a fake tree. You changed your ancestors' stuff on there. You try to turn him into an Indian when he's black. She changed it in 2022, March 16th. So it's just, you know what I'm saying? It's just funny. It's not a coincidence that it happened around the anniversary of the day she changed it. Right? Like she been created this lie. Let's not forget that. That's a very important part. You've been created this lie, so stop fronting to them like you just did this to try and fool me and YK and Shah's son. Let's not act like that. You been changed it.
Of some motherfucking white man talking about it's related to Metacom. Bitch, bye. So don't go in here trying to say I made up some shit. I do genealogy. I get paid more than you get paid.
Wait. Did I say it or did she say she made it up? I remember her coming on admitting she made it up.
It's related to Metacom. Bitch, bye. So don't go in here trying to say I made up some shit. I do genealogy. I get paid more than you get paid on a day-to-day basis just doing one fucking genealogy, nigga. Bitch, I'm a queen at what I do.
You getting paid to lie to people. Right? These people already they're already going in talking about, can you find the Indian for me? And you do. You go and find that, and then you show them how they can get back to that. It says that they're not looking to see, oh, you put that in there. They just see Indian on it. They see black, they see Indian. Then they hear y'all say, oh, Indian and black is the same. Right? They hear y'all say, back then the Negroes was the Indians. Before we was misclassified and called black, we was called Negro, Afro American, Indian before all of that. So that's just the transition. That's just part of the reclassification. No, y'all are part of the reclassification. That's the funny shit. Y'all are part of the reclassification. That's a fact, Sean. They lie so much. That's all they do is lie.
So stop going around lying, because ain't nobody listening to your gusty, rusty ass.
Listen, you listening because you was doing a live when you jumped on here. You left your live to come here. So you was listening. Like I said in this thing, when I was talking to them, oh, Smoke Signal asks, what's the reason you doing this? Nah, I'm bringing awareness to this shit because this shouldn't be accepted nowhere. You're not lying about history, man. That's what we're not going to do.
You a dick-sucking bitch. For real.
Oh, my God. See? This y'all elders, man. Like, God damn. That was crazy. Look at this woman. This how she talk. And she getting all the respect in the world right now. She don't deserve it, but she's getting it. It's crazy.
Real. You ain't got nothing on the Thunder. Just remember that shit. I'm the bad bitch.
You know they crazy. They start talking in third person.
This bitch. I find the motherfucking Indian. That's what I do. So fuck you. Why?
Why you didn't find your Indian? Yeah, YK wasn't even up here. He just getting cursed out just cuz. But if you do this great genealogy and you find the Indian, why you didn't find no Indian in your genealogy? Maybe because you're not Indian? You think? You think that could be the reason? And why are you so emotional if it doesn't matter what I'm doing? Nobody watches, nobody cares. Right? People care. Some people do care about you lying. They're not jacking this lying shit. Not on family trees, because what's y'all motto? Genealogy is key. Well, not here, not no more. Not in the Aboriginal community. Genealogy is not key. We cannot trust them when they say my ancestor this and that. Nope, you're lying. Y'all proven to be liars.
Fucking Indian. That's what I bitch. Got nothing on the thunder. Just remember that shit. I'm the bad bitch in this bitch. I find the motherfucking Indian.
Didn't find hers though.
That's what I do. So fuck you, YK and Shay Son. I relinquish A1.
So since you found the Indian, why didn't you find the real Indian in your
No,
family?
no, nigga, you don't know what you're talking about. Hold up.
Bitch, I don't know you.
Why should we think you went out for free? And why would you change the 1870 census record? Why would you do that? You didn't explain that.
I could do what the fuck I
Yeah,
wanted.
it's cool to lie. It's cool to lie.
Yes, I did lie. I fucking did.
All right, so look, yes, I did lie. Happy to say it because you know it's an echo chamber. Anything to push the lie is cool. They're gonna go with it. You didn't explain that.
I could do what the fuck I wanted.
It's cool to lie. It's cool to lie.
Yes, I did lie. I fucking did.
All right, so don't get mad when I say you lied. When you admitting to lying.
That's because I lied to you.
I'm just saying what you admitted to. You said you lied about it. You lied about the 1870 records that you showed people before, saying, "Look, it says that they're Indian."
I lied to you and Shay Shun because I knew exactly what.
No. You lied to 101 Truth too. He took you as serious, right? So let's not do that. And everybody else watching on that side took you as serious. You didn't just try to lie to us three, me, Shy, and YK. No. You lied to everybody. You lied the truth. He to so much where he came up and tried to defend you, but then I presented the evidence and all he could say was, "Yo, say less." Yeah, that's crazy. Like, come on, man, get out of here. So you lied to the whole BAP audience.
You're mad. And you're mad.
In 2022, you been
nobody fought your shit.
Yeah, you changed it in it didn't happen. It didn't just happen that day. In March 16, 2022, you changed records. Stop lying. Still you lying.
Made in 2019. I can make any updates to my
and after 3 years of not finding an Indian, you decided to create your own Indian. So you heard what she said. She said she started her tree in 2019. She changed the Indian in 2022 because she was looking 3 years and couldn't find the Indian. So she said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna make one." 2022, you changed records. Stop lying. Still you lying.
Made in 2019. I can make.
She ain't been doing genealogy that long. Considering her age, she act like she been doing genealogy her whole life. You picked this up, 5 years ago? You said 2019 you started doing your genealogy? 2022 you start changing records? Huh? That sound about right?
Any updates to my
and after 3 years of not finding an Indian, you decided to create your own Indian. You ain't find one Indian in your family. You ain't find one Indian in your family. Everybody you found was black. Everybody you found was black. And that's
all right, so hold on. I got a question now. Hold on. All right, another question. Sister Bethy, hold on. I got a question.
You don't know what I got.
Sister Bethy, relax. I got a question for you. So on your census record, right? How many people did you find, or on your genealogy, how many people you found that had the classification of color or Negro on it?
Now look, why he didn't ask how many people you found that was labeled Indian? Since y'all are Indians, right? Y'all was free. Y'all was doing this and that. Why? I don't get it. What do you think her answer is gonna be?
Everybody on my tree.
Okay.
Everybody was Negro, black, or colored. Now listen to A1, and this is shit I be talking about. That's why her changing this record. That's why her changing this record is so key to the existence. See, black and Indian, they trying to make that as the same.
They Indians. They Indians. That's what an Indian is. And you already know Indian. Color or Negro on it.
Everybody on my tree.
Okay, they Indians. They Indians. That's
So now black and Indian just means the same shit. This is the shit I'm talking about. No, it don't. This is the root of the problem. They change words. They'll tell you Negro means Indian, black means no. These words have meanings and definitions and historical usage. Black and Indian was never used the same. It wasn't. If that's the case, why did Buck Colbert, like I showed in the book earlier, why did he make a clear distinction when he said that his people was 1/4 Choctaw or Chickasaw Indian and 3/4 Negro? How are they the same? They're not. These are two different people groups. You got to stop with this.
That's what an Indian is. And you already know that Indians is classified. No, brother, it's not a lie. Oh, yeah. No, I'm trying to do this without any confusion because we want to get this, like, because it's like a lot of going back and forth. So I'm going to let, as soon as I'm done, nonetheless can go. And then not a coincidence or lucky, do not be talking over the brother. Let everything be said clearly, and then y'all can respond. So now look, she already said she got colored and Negro on her on a lot of these records, right? We already know. And see, the disingenuous thing is you niggas know that they classify Indians as colored and Negro, but you niggas doubling down on it. You doubling down on it. All of a sudden, you niggas is experts on who is the Indians if they was classified colored and Negro. We got actual records showing you this. But you niggas is experts. You able to see
Where? What records? The forged ones that y'all been showing us? Y'all have no records. This is the problem. If y'all had records that say this shit, we would be seeing those and not the ones y'all are making up. Not the ones y'all making up. Like, get out of here, A1. Yeah, and if their leader is stupid, what do you think the rest of them gonna be? They all accept the line. It's cool. It's cool to make it up. It can't be said any clearer. It's just cool to make it up.
something that we're not able to see. Go ahead, nonetheless.
Hey, A1, before you go, before nonetheless go, it also meant because I pulled up my first generation great grandfather's colored infantry troops tag. So that even made him real mad. Colored infantry troop in Georgia. But you got it.
Yeah, my bad. I ain't even know I was on mute. But she talking about somebody mad about her U.S. colored troops record. No, that's what we want to see. I have shown mine. My ancestors in it. Yeah, your ancestor fought for the freedom of his brethren, his other black men and women, aka those of African descent. He was only able to fight because of the 1862 Militia Act that was passed that allowed, and in the law it says people of African descent to fight. if their owner was in rebellion against the government. So that seals the cake for you. That seals the cake, right? That's it. Nobody's mad about that. Let me see if I got anything else in here. Nah, they was all just defending the lie.
An Indian, right? And according to y'all, black people and Indians are the same. If they seen a black person, they wouldn't put them on the census because according to y'all, they Indians, right?
Because as black, you're
talking
not
to A1,
identifying
please.
as the
Let's
Indian.
do this
And
right.
I'm answering you. Can I shut this Negro up?
You can't shut me up because you're gonna lie again.
I'm about
You're
to
gonna
shut
lie
your
again.
ass up
Show
right
that
now,
source
like
you
I
showed-
did
show
last
that
week.
source you showed the other day.
A1, could you give me a share screen so I could shut these two bitches
Yeah,
up?
please show the source again so I can debunk you. Because at the bottom of your source it says it was about black.
You gonna shut the fuck up
Go ahead,
and you
say
gonna
your
learn.
no, Sister Betty, get shown proof. Don't even
show proof.
All
Show
right,
the
I'm
source
about
again.
to show you
Give it to that.
audience. I'm about to show y'all
Please,
exactly
about
what
the
I did
1830. Yeah, show it
last
again.
week. I'm gonna show y'all what I did last week. And I'm
Please.
doing it over again. So shut up
Please,
and
and read the bottom of your source when you're doing
shut your
it. Please.
damn mouth and learn from the queen.
Queen of lying.
A1, I was talking to you, brother. I don't have no beef with her.
I'm talking to you
I
now.
don't really care about what she changing or whatever.
Bro,
All right.
just watch
Here we go,
these
A1.
videos.
Here we go.
Hold up. You ain't saying yet. Hold up.
I am. I'm sharing.
No, I said
I
no.
want to get it up. Hang on. Let me get you over here.
Look at this retarded shit. Look at this. Somebody come look at this. Look at this. My Kevin Hart impression. But look, she goes and makes another fake tree. Like, how does that prove your point? How does that prove your point? I don't get it.
I can't see.
Oh, I don't care about this, Bethy. You could do whatever
Oh,
you
you
want.
gonna care. I know you don't care about it.
I
Because
don't
I'm
got an
coming out
issue.
with that shit that's gonna fuck you up. That's why. All right, A1. Here I go. While I was in the back silent, I just created another fucking made-up tree. Okay? From me, my mom, my grandma, my great-great, and guess who's on the tree now? A1 is my motherfucking second-generation grandfather, and so is Isness. It's the American Isness.
How the hell does this, yo? Somebody please make sense of this for me. How does this make sense? How does making another fake tree help your point of you being Indian? How? So now you made a fake tree and added A1 and Isness to it. So what?
This is my motherfucking third great grandma. Now you see what I can do. So now I'm gonna go and change them to fucking Indians because that's what I want to do.
So again, this whole thing is make believe. If y'all can't see that by now, they just making fake family trees. They just doing what they want. All right, we need to see the records, man. Y'all cannot prove, y'all cannot substantiate who y'all claim to be. Right? Like I said, y'all can claim to be whoever y'all want, but why do y'all have to step on our history? You don't have to do that. That's why you're being confronted like this. This is why you're being put on display like this. Because you're lying about our great history. We're not doing that. You do this, y'all do this 24/7, 365. Right? Y'all have established these big followings, Dan Calloway and all his little underlings. The madness gotta end. Everything they say is a lie. Everything. And these guys writing books and all types of shit. Now, we just gotta stop the lies, man.
Let's go. A1 being my granddaddy. I'm about to change it. Let me get the damn census.
Yeah, but Moses Fisher is a real person.
Oh,
He's
shut
from
up.
Virginia.
That's okay. But this
Yeah,
is
Moses is a real person. He's from Virginia.
Yeah, he's a
Like Shaw said, Moses is a real person. This is her third or fourth great grandfather. He's a real person. You're changing this. When we go to the primary, the actual census, Moses is a black man. He is not an Indian. Y'all trying to make these these two things are not the same. So you think you could just come on here with your fresh mouth, curse everybody out, calling them bitches. You thought that would get the conversation over with. Nah, we just going through this. We going through the steps so we could put you on the Summer Jam screen. Right? So we have some footage for the expose. So we're gonna tolerate the bitches and all that, all the name calling. Because you're on the internet. It's fine. But these videos are gonna live forever, as long as YouTube's around. Right? And they're gonna be associated with your name and the Aboriginal names. We gotta pose the counter argument. We can't just let them sit around and make things up. It may sometimes be like, damn, why you just keep arguing with these idiots, with these known liars? Well, because they're not going anywhere. Their numbers keep going up. So because they do shit like this, they lie. They change documents. Right? It was black on her ancestor, Moses Fisher's document. She put Indian. She put Indian. For no good reason.
Real person.
Now she's showing us a fake tree that she added the cult leader to, A1. Come on.
Yeah, I know, but I ain't gonna expose you. I'm not up here to
You
expose
can't
I
expose
don't
me,
care. I
nigga,
can.
because I'm showing you.
I can shoot
I'm
your head
showing
right
you what
off,
I
but
did.
I don't
Want me
care.
to put? All right.
Yeah,
I'll
I
even
don't
do
care.
that for you. You want me to add Moses? Because now
No, you
I'm
don't
about
gotta
to
add him.
change. I'm
You
about
don't
to
gotta add him.
change A1 from black to Indian, like I did before. Now do y'all get the drift?
No, get a sense.
Tell me.
A1. No, get a sense of A1. Like that's the part.
Nothing wrong with what she's doing, brother. That's what we supposed to be doing because all
There's
of these
nothing wrong with making up genealogy.
brother.
No, there's nothing wrong with making up genealogy.
So now you mad. Now you look
Since
even
Sister
more
Bethy,
stupid.
no, hold up. Since Sister Bethy
Bethy, I
identifies,
defended you. I don't care.
since Sister Bethy identified as an Indian, then she are descendants of other Indians. So what she's doing is going back, correcting what the government has placed upon us. And if you niggas don't understand that, you niggas don't know all of these terms.
Basically, just making it up. Because the government, it never changed nothing. There was never no change. They always been black, Negro, colored. Those are all the same people. Those are synonym. Those are words that are used synonymously. Not Indian. Indian doesn't go in that category. Do you not understand what's going on, A1?
Terminologies is something that's applied to you by people other than your ancestors, and that's in your lineage. So we supposed to sit here and acquiesce to what some fucking foreigners.
Oh, but this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying.
Let me say this real
No,
quick.
hold on.
Mad.
They let me say one thing.
Now y'all look stupid as fuck.
No. Y'all
what
look
you
stupid
identify
because.
as does not.
Hold on. Hold on. Look. Let me just say one thing real quick. Shot. 1 second. There's actual Indians on the 1870 census. Why are you not related to them? Why is it just your people who's not?
That's what I
Because
just
y'all
said.
acting like nobody was labeled
That's the
Indian.
thing. You don't
I
know
can
what
show
the fuck
y'all
I
Indians
got.
right now on the
You don't know what I
1870
got,
census.
nigga. You don't know what I got.
Bro, if you had it, you would have shown it. You wouldn't have made something
Peace to the panel.
I ain't gotta show
You would have
you.
made something up.
I ain't gotta show you shit.
All you doing is showing it's okay to lie.
Peace. We hear you, brother. We hear you.
Yep, because you're mad. You're mad.
Let me say this. I don't want y'all to argue. Let me say this real quick, A1.
I got a question to the panel, man. If y'all guys don't mind, right quick.
Shit,
Yo,
they never
A1,
answered my
I'm about
question,
to
bro.
go. I'm still on my own life. These little
Right.
bitches, I'm out of here. So fuck y'all niggas. Keep going.
Shout out to
Damn. Bye. Bye. Well, yeah, we ain't gonna stop exposing them. But yeah, Sean, he got his channel back, man. He got his channel back pretty quick. So he good.
Culture freedom. I just met these ladies out here in the park randomly. How many of y'all ever heard y'all had Indian in your family?
Absolutely.
Everybody heard that before, right?
Right.
Where did you hear it from? Who was the person I told you?
Our grandmother.
Once again, thank you very much, lady. I appreciate it.
All right.
Grandma said I'm not an African. Grandma said I'm an Indian. Grandma said I'm not an African. Grandma said I'm an Indian. Grandma said I'm not an African. Grandma said I'm an Indian. Grandma said I'm not an African. Grandma said I'm an Indian. Hey yo, these apples think they it, but they not. Every time I look around, they be on TikTok. Every time I look around, they saying something pseudo, knowing it's a lie, acting like it's really true though. Harriet Tubman's real, Nat Turner is a hero. I'ma keep it a buck. Dan Calloway's a weirdo. I'ma keep it a buck. Carimio is too. The research lie, he could never tell the truth. That coward A1, he's a miss no more. Just give me a shot, I can miss no more. Just give me the rock, it's a must. I score. These apples need to see a doctor, it's for sure. And Grandma said I'm not an African. Grandma said I'm an Indian. Grandma said I'm not an African. Grandma said I'm an Indian. Grandma said I'm not an African. Grandma said I'm an Indian. Grandma said I'm not an African. Grandma said I'm an Indian. Grandma said I'm not an African. Grandma said I'm an Indian. Grandma said I'm not an African. Grandma said I'm an Indian. Hey yo, these apples think they real, but they fake. Always on YouTube, we can never get a break. All they do is cherry pick, die at their own sources. Pick the copper color, but not the hair of the horses. And DNA is not real, it's only for entertainment purposes. Can't believe how many times I heard this shit. Can't believe how many times I heard the same shit. Asking for the slave ships. Grandma said I'm not an African. Grandma said I'm an Indian. Grandma said I'm not an African. Grandma said I'm an Indian. Grandma said I'm not an African. Grandma said I'm an Indian. Grandma said I'm not an African. Grandma said I'm an Indian. Grandma said, how many times Grandma said we got Indian in us? It's a legend. It's a family legend. Grandma said we had Indian in us. Grandma ain't say we was Indian though. Stop taking Grandma out of context, man. Stop lying on Granny, man. Cause Grandma ain't say shit, man. You said it, man. You said it, man. Stop lying on Grandma. Grandma said.
Yeah, they be lying, man. Don't stop lying on Grandma. But yeah, we just here to expose the lies, man. I don't know. We gotta ask YK. That's a YK video. I'll put the link in the chat. Hold on. If I can find it again. Damn, where I go? Yeah, I'll put the link in the chat for that. You gotta ask YK if that's on iTunes. But yeah, that's a funny song. It's on point. You got it on point. Word. Damn, Rob Boy, you late, man. Word. I was about to get up out of here. I gotta go somewhere anyway. Ain't nobody come up. I put the link out there. Nobody came up. I gotta get up out of here, man. Word, but I hope y'all enjoyed that. Just showing Topcatz. Go back and look how Topcatz gets exposed. Oh, it's all good, Rob. I already know. Shit. Well, look how Topcatz gets exposed with his line on his genealogy and what his ancestors actually said. And then we have Sister Bethy pushing fake genealogy. It's all messed up, man. It's all bad. It's just all bad. Like, what can they really say now? Nothing. They just lying about everything. All right, but yeah, my bad, y'all. We're gonna make this one short. I'm about to get up out of here. You know, I go way past 2.5 hours, but I got something I gotta handle. Sean or one of them could have came up here and held it down, but they ain't pull up, so I gotta go. I'll catch y'all next time, man. Peace. Appreciate y'all for watching. Everybody on Twitter, make sure y'all run over to Not a Coincidence on YouTube and hit the subscribe button, man. Pull up over there, man. It was 49 of y'all over there. Appreciate y'all for pulling up. You know what I'm saying? We had that's just it, man. We out.
See, we're talking about Black and African Americans. We're not talking about this beef shit that we are on. We're not on this drama shit right now. We're on Aboriginal TV's channel talking about Pan-Africans throwing shots at the Aboriginals. A Pan-African came on here, our brother, that makes our shows live for real. I gotta say, all of us need to like sneak together and throw this nigga like $10 because he's one of the only Pan-African boo-boos that come up here and put up a fight. People that just come up here need to see that. They need to see an African and they need to see an Indian and they need to see the debate so they could choose a side. Not a coincidence is a major factor in this community and people don't even know it. Goofy motherfuckers.